All right, hello, what's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome. It's another Sunday. That means you're here at Heatwave at the PlusFramesGG platform. Currently on Twitch. Later we'll be on YouTube with Kraken. My name is Kraken Atkins. We have PS4 coming up, PC a little bit later, Melty Blood tournaments all day long, and yeah, just coming off of the 1 year anniversary, going for maybe another year, and then another year after that. Who knows? We're just still playing some Melty Blood, and I'm here for it. Pretty decently sized PS4 bracket here. Anytime we're able to get over 16, I count that as a win. I think we are over 16, so good stuff there. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get things started. Let me go ahead and update the scoreboard and give these two to good to go. It's gonna be MadeInHeaven versus Mystery Racer. All right, let me go ahead and tell them to start. All right, cool. Alright, so control display. Alright, MadeInHeaven has been one of the resident Saber players who's been joining us a little bit more recently, but a lot more consistently. Been happy to have them here as they've been getting some pretty strong placements, showing off what their Saber is capable of. Mystery Racer, maybe a name that you recognize from earlier periods of multiple type Lumina. They've played in some heat waves, they've played in some of like DawnCon's tournaments as well, and some of the offline events that they've been to, playing some Melty Blood type Lumina here and there. Has been off of it, I would say, like for the past few months or so, but has recently gone back on and fallen in love with the powered Ciel character that you see here. So seemingly something that fits their playstyle a little bit more. They still are pretty fresh to the character. Like, I don't think they've been playing the character for any more than a week, but happy to see that they found something that works for them. See how they face off against MadeInHeaven here thus far. MadeInHeaven having a pretty dominant life lead. Dive, okay, double moon drive activation. Oh, but just IAD's over, gonna be able to punish that TC. Okay. Ooh, okay, yeah, just challenges out. Pushing back to the mid screen. MadeInHeaven able to escape that corner situation phenomenally. Now kind of back to dictating the pace of the matchup. Mystery is back up against the wall, poking away, able to find a slash. Does not lead too much damage, but at least able to escape. Uh-oh, just got clipped by the last part of that record series from Saber. Oop. Yeah. Oh wow, challenges DP. Interesting. Okay, double moon drive activation. Oh, and just going for the dive. This is, you know, this is a pretty safe option to go for, especially like a common option that people do go for after a moon drive scramble like that. Is a button or a throw. Mystery got committed to a throw, so that ended up beating them in like a throw bait scenario. MadeInHeaven gonna be able to take game one. Of course, as per usual, y'all, exclamation point hit in the chat. I'm gonna follow along with everything that's going on. PS4 bracket a little bit over 16, and then PC bracket you can see who's coming up a little bit later. Registration is still open until 5 p.m. PST. And exclamation point Macarino in the chat. We do have a $50 pot bonus, and we have Macarino codes. Be sure to hit the claim code if you haven't already for a free 50% donation to the pot. We greatly appreciate it. Those are going to be 25 cent. My bad. 25-cent donation. That's going to be open all day. But here we go. Ah, yeah, committed to BC right after that short exchange. I think Mystery Racer was not expecting that to get punished. Oh, I thought that was going to be able to kill for MadeInHeaven. Did not end up spinning any magic circuit. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. You got to activate heat, bro. I'm really surprised Mr. Race didn't activate heat after that combo ender. They're really just kind of playing on a sliver. This is very risky territory to swing in, but okay, they get the 5A anti-air. I don't think they're going to have the proper route in order to get an arc drive. You really see how risky it is for Mystery Racer to play on this magic pixel, as MadeInHeaven is able to find the final hit that they needed. Yeah, I feel like Mystery Racer would have been better off spending a heat after the combo ender, just so they can get a little bit more life back and not be in such treacherous waters, but Alright, running under. If find the anti-air, Mystery Racer is getting a lot more neutral wins, I would say, when it comes to the back and forth between these two. I think that was actually a missed punish opportunity there for Mystery Racer, just hitting the wrong button potentially. Damage is a pretty big factor. You know, you can tell the Mystery Racer doesn't have all of the power Ciel conversions available yet. I mean, that's just a product of the type of Lumina, right? There's so many different types of starters and openings and situations that you may get at your disposal, but with time you'll be able to convert all of those into some phenomenal damage. This one though, pretty basic starter, so pretty basic ender, no magic circuit needed. Mystery Racer is going to be able to get around a pretty significant one at that. If we're able to make this equate into a game, we got ourselves a match. Let's see. Ooh, okay, I'm loving the chase down there for Mystery Racer, and the conversion gonna be a little bit over 2k with the knockdown on the side. Yeah, just a little bit misspaced. I think that was a phenomenal whiff punish there for MadeInHeaven, recognizing the misspace of that with Mystery Racer normal. Word. All right, spin to win. Mystery Racer gonna send MadeInHeaven back into the corner, courtesy of that moon drive spent. Nearly 4k on the damage, so not too bad at all. Oh, massive opportunity for Mystery Racer, but okay, gonna be able to punish the whiffed slices from Saber. Mystery Racer is really kind of coming to their own for this match. That's going to be pretty much a one-hit territory for them so long as MadeInHeaven doesn't find an opportunity for the heat. Arcueid, not a fatal counter, so couldn't quite get the punishment they were looking for. Ooh, this is going to even up the life bars a bit. MadeInHeaven does find a drop. Mystery Racer still maintaining that life lead. Oh, full screen blood heat. All right. Yo, don't be a victim. Don't be a victim. You see Mystery Racer massively respecting. That was a whiff. Went for the punish, no dice. MadeInHeaven not going for any panic shield anonymouses. Anonymi? I don't know what the plural of anonymous is. Anyways, moon drive activation. What do you got for me? Oh my gosh, MadeInHeaven is committing to a lot of shield in these like post moon drive scenarios, and Mystery Racer has not been able to have an eye for it to punish or challenge against it. So with that, with shield, reset the neutral. MadeInHeaven finding the hit. MadeInHeaven will get the 2-0 victory over Mystery Racer. But I really feel like Mystery Racer was coming within their own in that match, right? They were playing neutral a lot better, getting a lot more conversions, and I think there was just a couple of miscalculations and maybe even some hesitancy for Mystery Racer on pulling the trigger in some of the more offensive scenarios that they could have found. But good stuff, a good attempt. MadeInHeaven will be moving on to winners quarterfinal for now. I got another winners round 2 match for y'all. It's gonna be Herrflipper and Copycat. Let me just tend to this bracket real quick. Give me one moment. Speaking of PCL, BKP just got the 2-0 victory over Radiance. Tries last is typing. They had to face off against Mick. See what that result is soon. Tries last got the 2-0 victory over Mick. Dope. But yeah, next on stream for y'all, I do have Herrflipper and Copycat. I'm gonna go ahead and queue up Trizas 360 and BKP. That sounds good to me. I'll be after this. Whoops, I almost pinged Brankton. Where's Copycat? Where's Rufus? Did Rufus check in? All right, they did. Jeez. Okay, they're coming. They're coming. We got it. We got it. But yeah, again, as I was saying at the top of the stream, thank you all for joining us here today with some Melty Blood type of Lumina to play. yeah, if you're interested in joining us a little bit later, PCs beginning at around like 5:30 PST. Registration does close at 5 PST, so it's still like a couple hours left to register for that tournament. But we are here, good to go. I think I gotta switch the names up. It's going to be Copycat versus Herrflipper. More Saber on the screen. This time going up against Roa. Yeah, I mean, Roa, one of those characters that is definitely being looked at as like one of the best characters in the game, if not the best character in the game. Probably depends on who you ask, but a solid majority definitely believing it's Roa at this current time. Just having such a dominant hold on the North American meta game at this time, and it's easy to see why when it comes to screen control options and just overall damage output for not too much sweat. Although if you do want to, you know, sweat and get some of the gamer routes, you know, if you got that cosmic in you, he's capable of doing some work there too. But Copycat, one of the leading Roa players that we have within PS4. They've been playing Roa and on PS4 for quite some time. So let's see how they do against the likes of Herrflipper, who we've seen on both PS4 and PC platforms. Alright, Herrflipper gonna be able to get that knockdown in the corner. Wow, ended up challenging right after that dive. Not a full combo though, so Copycat leaving some damage on the table, but able to come up on top within that shield war. Oh, not the proper combo in that sequence. I think the blowback lightning might have messed things up, I'm not quite sure. Oh, dash under the zip, but Saber was nowhere to be found, ended up getting whiff punished. Yeah, good on Herrflipper for finding that round. Okay, interesting round start. Copycat actually finding themselves instantly in the corner. This is not where you want to be. Herrflipper going to be able to get the opener off the overhead and get some mass momentum in their favor right off the bat. Got to be a little bit scary for Copycat in this situation. Strike, throw. This time is throw. What do you got for me? Jeez, she will just simply not stop swinging those mids. Okay, yeah, IAD going to be able to bust down the crouch shield there. Opportunity for Copycat to get something started. Bro, yeah, give me that. Beautiful. I love this Loki. It's so simple. For some context, I've been playing a little bit of Roa lately, so able to recognize a bit more scenarios of what's going on within the sequencing of offense in Oki. Okay, zip under, shield B. Copycat is really kind of flailing a little bit. They have the magic circuit to work with, but not going to be able to spin any of it with a shield bait like that. Herrflipper, yeah, going to be able to have the proper combos necessary, and we'll be taking game one. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, going to character select actually. Why would Copycat do this? Why would Copycat do this? The Neco Arc pick? For real, for real? Alright. Chat, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. Jeez Louise. Get your clip buttons ready. Instant moonlight activation, goes for the BC, no dice. Look at her go. Trying to create some chaos. I'm really actually loving the utilization of the Neco Arc rocket to navigate around. A lot of flash frame going in Copycat's favor. No knockdowns with big damage coming off of it, but if that's going to be the game plan, it seems pretty effective. Heat activation? Ain't no way. How do they do it? All right, no arc drive. This goes for the knockdown. Opting for setting up. Moondrive activation. Flying away. Yeah, Copycat's been getting a lot of mileage out of that flight. And really just kind of taking things slow, I'm telling you. If Neco Arc was a real character, there'd be a much more significant life lead going on right now. But Herrflipper gotta be able to slash away. Copycat. Honestly, the only thing that I think that's missing is a little bit like more of a threatening situation off the combo enders, right? Like, you're able to find some knockdowns. You gotta get those phantom neon left-right setups. You'd be gaming. But like the neutral, I liked the idea at first. Herrflipper was really locked down for some time. Shield A for the punish. Copycat needs to be careful. You gotta know that Copycat has heat on the brain right now, but do you spend it? Does Herrflipper know? Do they know? Moondrive activation. Swinging away. That's the entirety of the rapid beat. Spicy. Uh-oh. Word? No! That has to be one of the most depressing endings that could have possibly happened for this match. Herrflipper. I was so depressed I accidentally gave Herrflipper a 0-0, but that's not correct. It's a 2-0 in Herrflipper's favor. But I salute the Copycat for the Neco Arc pick. I'm not gonna, that was fun. That was fun. Oh geez. All right, so that moves Herrflipper up at the winner's quarter. Is going to be awaiting the winner of Lunar and Lucius. I've been kind of doing this thing to where we just stream all the top 8 qualifier matches, and I'm going to continue that. So next up, it will be Trizlas 360 and BKP. Let me go ahead and queue up the other matches we'll have. Looks like we'll get Yusuro, the 7th one, and isTOODope. isTOODope. Why can't I type that? There we go, TOODope. I think isTOODope plays Miyako. Yeah, still waiting the winner of Lunar and Lucius, so I won't call up Match J yet. But yeah, let me get Trizlas and BKP up in here. Okay, I have a couple of DQs to process. Yeah, TOODope is not up quite yet. Let me ping BKP again just in case. All right, Luna 2-0 Lucis and Mick 2-0 Radiance. All right, there's BKP, more PCL underway. It's the PCL Saber show, it seems like today. Yo, Radiance with the rate of 29? Salute, appreciate you, thank you, welcome, welcome. Yo, did you know this is not Copycat versus Herrflipper? Hold up, chat, my bad, my bad. I got y'all. BKP. Trizlas 360. This is winner's place. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't really preface this match before it started going on, but I feel like both of these players have been on a recent uptick within their tournament sets. BKP getting quite a few top 8s, quite a few notable victories in my opinion within recent tournament sets, and TriZlast360 doing the same, some top 8s and even some top 4s that they've been able to find. Like I've been saying, both of these players play for a super long time. BKP obviously has had some other characters besides PCLs they've been working with, but TriZlast's been playing Kouma for a bit, so it's good seeing the efforts of both of these two players kind of paying off in more recent times. BKP taking that round 1, gonna be able to get the run up throw. Moondrive activation, trying to choose violence. The delayed A off the shield is gonna land BKP some damage. Corner carry as well, a little bit of a drop though. I can see TriZlast desperately trying to like chase down anti-air, poke out, figure out where BKP is going to land or be jumping through, but the power Ciel mobility a bit too much to handle here at the moment. TriZlast, okay, plus frames. What do we got? Tries to go for 3C. BKP didn't commit, and just the run up throw. BKP going to be able to take the first game. Boom, boom.
面白いことはありません。ただ制圧するのみです。引導を渡してやる。
Alright, see if TriZlast will be able to recover. I mean, I gotta imagine from Kouma's perspective, this isn't the funnest matchup to play. And then again, who's having fun fighting this character? But that's just me. Okay. Good safe jump, able to get the 5A. BKP potentially trying to escape. Mean look this time around. Right in time for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Word, okay. Challenges with the invul. BKP gonna find their way out of this corner. Able to get a DP safe Oki going on there, but no punish. Hello? That was innovative. My gosh. I'm with it. I'm with it. TriZlast. Oh no! Did not find the inner on the combo though. Jeez, that was a risky moon skill to throw out there. If that actually got shielded, that would have been a guaranteed punish there for BKP. But TriZlast throwing out some options. There is a cycle of options being thrown out at the moment. I mean, it's just one of them just needs to connect. So statistically speaking, something's got to give eventually. Oh my gosh, especially with the meter spent, BKP is able to confirm off of that. Has a bar available? Is heat on the brain, or are we just gonna? What? All right, innovative. Oh my gosh, yo. Everybody needs themselves a Kouma 3C, bro. That button looks so fun to hit. Neutral, hit it. Freaking in the Nabari situation, hit it. Anti-air, hit it. Wake up, hit it. Why not? Uh-oh. We're about to be plus $1 billion. It looks like we're just gonna do $1 billion damage instead. TriZlast to get confirmation off the overhead. Armor activation. Okay, no heat on the brain for BKP quite yet, but does commit to that stand shield. Gonna be getting blown up, and now we're tied up. TriZlast360 and BKP 1-1. Yeah, so unsurprisingly, going to a game 3 situation. As I said, these two have been on the rise lately, but only one of them will move in the winner side top 8. That's just the way the crumble cookies. Oh wow, beautiful delayed A there from BKP to punish the BC attempt there from TriZlast. No full combo there, so got sting a little bit, but BKP trying to pick up the pieces, being very elusive with the movement, covering that space right in front of PCL, saying no, I refuse to let you approach my pressure and I need it now. Okay, yeah, you can see BKP trying to escape out of that corner. TriZlast putting up the wall, no dice, running through these Kouma palms. Moondrive activation, swinging it, yeah. BKP finally finding what they were looking for. That's just disgusting. Not able to get a full combo for it. Commits to the DP. BKP ready for the punish. But no, again, BKP had quite a few combos. Hello? Someone stop moving for like a half a second. Word? Okay, yeah, instant shield. Okay, we need the audience needs a combo. All right, here we go. This is beautiful. Drop right at the end, a little bit over 3K. Son. Yo, for Christmas, don't give me money. Don't give me DNF duel. Don't put that stuff in my stocking. Just put a 3C. Wrap it inconspicuously. I don't care what you gotta do. I want that under my Christmas tree. I need that as a Christmas present. Uh-oh. There it is. BKP finding the pickup. Gonna be one round away from moving on to top 8. All right, 2A starter. BKP. Yikes. What is going on? The PS4 allegations. Okay, a little bit more of a slowdown here in this neutral game. Both respecting each other's space, but Trizod's going to be able to strike one of the more significant strikes first. A little bit over 3K. BKP. Oh my gosh. BKP time and time again has been finding their way to initially get out of the corner. It's the subsequent actions, like Trizod is somehow able to put them right back in. Armoring straight through that DP, finding a full combo. Really weird stuff is going on with that Indra with Trizod. It's like the third time I've seen that combo drop that way. Okay, really anything will do it. Okay, swinging, finding the hit, no full combo. BKP going back to controlling the space. You're both insane. Okay, moon drive and alley-oop. What goes up must come down. Here we go, one round away. They are really pushing this down to the wire. What an opener. Okay, yeah, this will definitely do 4K. The knockdown. Setting up, run up throw. Okay, BKP is really feeling it now. Trying to challenge the safe jump. He ends up coming out on top of the shield exchange. Side swap combo as well. This would be a massive opportunity for Trizod to even things up, but no dice. The drop combo is going to mean that BKP gets to continue the onslaught. Pretty much one hit away from being able to take this Trizod. Heat must be on the brain. There it is. No punish. I think BKP may have had a punish opportunity there. I'm not going to lie. 2A starter. 3 bars available. Still no combos. Don't be a victim, don't be a victim, don't be a victim. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That should be it. No! And there it is. Just covering the skies. No air-to-air available. BKP. Gonna be able to get the 2-1 victory over Trizod. No biter, though. No biter. So BKP will be the first person that we have qualifying for Winterside top 8. Congratulations to them. Let's find out who the others will be. All right, so that's BKP. In there, we also have Yusuro, the 7th one. The 7th Yusuro going up against isTOODope. There we go. The 7th Yusuro has arrived. Okay, so yeah, Yusuro, if you've been following any type of online Melty Blood within the past year or so, you've had to have seen Yusuro's name. Constant placements. Definitely within the context of Heatwave, has gotten some top 3s, top 8s. I think they've even won one, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to be going up against isTOODope. Now, this is a player I think has maybe joined like one Heatwave. They haven't joined too many. I have ran into them, I think, on like PC ranked a little bit. Pretty competent Miyako player, but just not really anyone that I've seen play against too many opponents, especially within a tournament setting. So I'm interested to see how this one goes, especially against the likes of a consistent Arc player like Yusuro. All right, as of right now, they're both kind of swinging around. isTOODope gonna be able to find a run up 5A. Pretty Pretty shy on the combo damage there. Not anything too fancy, just very basic, but less is more seemingly being the case, as they do have the life lead. The fatal counter could change the tides though. Oh my gosh. The amount of damage that this singular fatal counter confirmed Yusuro did was the equivalent of like 2 of isTOODope's hits. Hello? Bro, it's November 20th, 2022. How are you gonna get hit by that cross up elbow at this point in time? Just kidding, it hits me too. Wow, all right, just hitting the 5A. Arc drive is available. Does not go for it. Just goes for the combo ender off the slashes. Yeah, keeping the frame trap strong is STOODope trying to escape. Can be an easy opener, but not an easy combo as it's a drop. STOODope has an opportunity. Throw into the corner. What were they cooking? Wake up buttons. Hello? All right, it's anybody's game. I was just gonna say just raw arc drive, but you know. Yusuro gonna be able to take the first round. isTOODope gotta be so sick Mashman's cousin. Too dope, so sick. I don't know. You do the math. And they play Miyako. Somebody pull up the family tree. All right. Yeah, no left, right, just straight up. Your back is up, gets the wall, good luck. Gets clipped by the low, maybe was expecting that overhead. We got a fully guard. Word, yeah, that's gonna be a free shield, and there it is. Yusuro gonna be able to take that first game. Looking a little bit more collected and comfortable within the second round in comparison to the first round. Has really found their footing, winning a lot more of these neutral exchanges. But really, I do want to emphasize the snowball potential and just overall damage output is super significant. So like with this isTOODope combo, doing about like 2.5k meterless, but like not the most threatening thing in the world. They popped a ton of resources in the process, a magic circuit and a moon drive. Now watch when Yusuro lands a hit. If they do. If they do. Okay, yeah, spins the meter in order to make it plus. Ooh. All right, off the stomp. Just rapid beat. Does spin the kick this time around, a little bit over 3.2. Not an actual knockdown though, so Yusuro able to recover midair. The shield A. Yeah, already we're looking at around like 3.6. Fantastic opportunity. Oh, it's a safe jump, my friend. Can't challenge me there, but I ain't got no combos, so it's fine. Oh my god, you're a victim. isTOODope. Okay, probably needs one more hit. The wake up buttons. I'd be tilted. Yusuro's done that quite a few times within the context of this set. And yeah, just low profiling, utilizing that sweep. Yusuro gonna be one round away from moving on to that top 8. Yeah, she's swinging. She's scratching. There it is. Yeah, it gets the low. Left, right allegation. Nope. I just want to get out of the corner. isTOODope just can't catch a break right now. I'm telling you. Don't heat. I'm telling you. Okay. Good patience. Unfortunately, did not have the block as well. Gets scooped up by the low. And Yusuro 7 off of a perfect. We'll be able to get the 2-0 victory. Move on into winner side top 8. Good stuff, Yusuro. Yo, somebody's gotta be yelling at me in the Discord right now. I have not looked at the Discord. Oh, no one's saying anything. All right, we're chill. All right, let me get a. Who's up? Oh, Lunar and Herrflipper. Okay. More Saber and a DA Noel will appear. Most likely. That's the winner's quarterfinal set, top 8 qualifier. Exclamation point bracket if you want to follow along and see what's going on. As of right now, we got BKP in the winner's semis spot with that PCL. They're going to be fighting the winner of this match, so it'll either be DA Noel or Saber. Yusro 7 just qualified. They'll be fighting the winner of Brankton and MadeInHeaven, which will actually be the next stream match. So maybe potential for another Saber in top 8, or the Kouma gang rising strong with the return of Brankton. Loser side is moving. Trislast and 360, and Meatloaf are about to play for a loser side top 8 spot, and isTOODope and Mick are about to play for a loser side top 8 spot as well. Let me check on some of these other losers matches, chat. Give me one moment. Boom, boom. Oh, that was a DQ. I forgot to process that. So Lucis moves on. Where is who is Lunar facing? Herrflipper? Let me ping Herrflipper again just in case. I hope y'all don't hear the rustling in the back. I may be opening up a package of nourishment. Have some Arizona fruit snacks. There's Herrflipper. All right, we're gaming. We're gaming. Cool. So Herrflipper just coming off of having to fight a very dynamic opponent. At one point, it was Roa, and then at another point, it ended up being the Neco Arc, but they were able to be victorious both times. So the range. But now they're gonna have to go up against DA Noel. Not only any DA Noel, but one of the best that we have in the form of Lunar for North American Melty Blood. So. Also, critical to note, Lunar is just coming off of a Heatwave sweep. So at the last Heatwave, they were victorious for both Heatwave PS4 and Heatwave PC. So coming back to defend both titles, see if they're able to Heatwave sweep twice in a row. Who knows? Okay, yeah, as of right now, you already know the vibe, setting up the Spike Oki. Spins the Moondrive, unfortunately whips that shield. Yeah, popping Moondrive in a shield BC is a common escape route for that type of Oki, but it was just a little bit mistimed altogether for Herrflipper to actually execute in that given moment. So kind of an expensive loss. Not only are you around down, but you don't have that Moondrive available, so if Lunar is able to set up that Oki again, you're gonna have to get out the old-fashioned way. No freezing the screen, just good luck. Seems like that would be the case right now. Herrflipper, don't panic. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, like, I'm not saying that you panic. You may have just gotten mixed. It's hard. Is it going to be left? Is it going to be right? Do I shield? Do I heat? I know you don't shield B. That's like the worst option. Oh my gosh. That's going to be it. It should be a wrap. There it is. Lunar going to be able to take game 1. If I recall earlier, I remember seeing Herrflipper type and saying that they have not been able to play Lunar before. So this is actually, if I'm not mistaken, the initial time that these two are meeting. And man, like, it's got to be pretty rough on Herrflipper's end, because like Dead Apostle Noel, not one of the most common characters. Obviously, you know, has her benefits and has her strengths, but not really common to come across. And also, Dead Apostle Noel's playstyle and some of the situations that she puts you in are pretty unique to her, right? The Spike Oki and some of the defensive mindset that you have to have against her. It's not something that you're exposed to very often, but you know, it's not something you have to worry about if you're taking the fight over to her. Herrflipper having a much more aggressive, much more offensive, and much more beneficial round start here going into this round 1 of game 2. Field BC to try to get out. Lunar being locked down a bit. Herrflipper working on it perfect. It's going to be exactly that. Wild. Okay, able to find the knockdown. Woo. What a fail counter. Reaching up with that JA. Kind of taking a page out of Saber's book. I feel like the JA fatal counter with the way that Saber reaches up is a common tool. Jeez, yeah, Herrflipper freezing the screen. They're still not able to find a proper escape route given what was going on the screen there. Again, it probably just comes down to unfamiliarity. You don't get exposed to these dead possible situations every day. Does commit to the moon skill. Even despite the screen freeze, was able to find a way to just swing themselves out. Herrflipper, I mean, the question is going to be, what do they want to commit to try to get this? If they find this round, it's going to be equating to a game. You can see them spending quite a bit of resources. Unfortunately, drop shield getting punched by the BC. Lunar. 1 round away from moving on to that top 8. Herrflipper trying to stay alive here. Round start DP is going to be going in Lunar's favor. And there it is, 4K with the Spike Oki on the side. No moon drive available. Does find the shield. Shield B in order to try to get themselves in, but can't get much going after that. Nominal confirms from Lunar to get you right back in that situation yet again. No, yeah, you can't shield B. Shield B is like not a good option in most circumstances against that type of Oki. Quite risky. Blood Heat gets baited, the run-up throw, and there it is. Lunar gonna be able to get the 2-0 victory over Herrflipper. So yeah, Lunar moves on within the top 8. Lunar will be fighting BKP a bit later as we fill out the remainder of this top 8. I do have Brankton and MadeInHeaven coming up next for y'all on stream, and then we'll see what's going on in the losers end. Just a lot of Kouma, Saber, and PCL today. All right, I have the confirmation that Meatloaf got the 2-0 victory over Tries last, so Meatloaf gonna be within that top 8 loser side. And Mick, the one and only Mick, maybe someone that has entered like almost every single heat wave, got the 2-0 victory over isTOODope. So Mick will also be in that top 8. Just based off of how the bracket is flowing, I'm probably gonna stream every top 8 match. We'll see. But yeah, let's see who's gonna get that last slot of winner side top 8. We do have Brankton, we do have MadeInHeaven, and we do have ourselves a match coming up right here. Last winners quarterfinals match. Glad to have Brankton back with us. You know, last time I saw Brankton play, it was at Climax of Night where they were able to get top 8 there. Was super excited to watch them do work. I had no doubt in my mind that Brankton would be a competitor that would be able to make top 8 at that tournament. I mean, I've only been able to see them play within the context of PS4 Heatwave, but just like doing the math and seeing like how dominant Brankton has been here and the types of players that Brankton loses to only being like really some of the best, I was like, you know what? Brankton fellows, they're pretty good. Pretty good. So yeah, the one and only Vulnerable going up against MadeInHeaven. MadeInHeaven taking the fight back. Brankton having a very significant early game advantage. MadeInHeaven not out of this fight yet. Swinging away. Good defense from Brankton thus far. The reverse speeds. Okay, yeah, does get caught. Instantly shielded with a shield speed that Brankton had in mind. And the payoff will be death. Does have the proper timing for that command throw ender. That was an ender of a combo that we saw Trislash dropping a bit on their stream match. Ooh, fatal counter out the earth. It's the pickup. Look at the damage. Nearly 4K. The reverse beats and like MadeInHeaven just so much trouble right now. Slam dunked off the charge JC. Slam dunk yet again. Over 4K. This is such a rough scenario to be in. MadeInHeaven feeling the pressure. Goes for that reversal heat. Ends up getting blown up, and that's gonna be it. Jeez, all the resources spent in order to make it happen. Beautiful extensions, and Brankton's gonna be up 1-0. Right. Moon drive activation. Wow, committed to it. Recognize that the active frames were not done, even despite the interval of that moon drive activation. Yeah, Brankton just on another massive life lead. It feels like more often than not, MadeInHeaven has been playing from situations in the game where they're just trying to play catch up, trying to get out of Brankton's clutches. What a whip punish! Yo, you have got to relax. Whipping. Ooh, okay. MadeInHeaven does find an IAD. What do we want to commit for this? Hello? Okay, interesting. Does get the 3C. Keeping it going. Swinging away. Heat activation. I like it. At this point, might as well, but no! Did not account for the moon drive. That was rough. Pretty much a guaranteed punish there from Brankton. MadeInHeaven not constructing that Oki to account for that potential wake-up option. And now it's Brankton. One round away from moving on into the top 8. Does commit. Okay, the instant shield A's are from MadeInHeaven. Gonna be allowing for them to escape from that situation. We swang it. It's plus frames. Oh my gosh. Just because it's a mid dispenser doesn't mean it can't hit. Look at her go. 4K. Yeah, just giving Brankton all they got right now. MadeInHeaven finding some phenomenal openings with this rushdown. Brankton has not really found many opportunities to play the game. Nice throw tech. The moon drive, oh my god, this is kind of an expensive round, but I understand MadeInHeaven needs to get this. But Brankton has been able to be set free thanks to that wake up DP. Not much life to work with, but really Brankton just needs like 2 hits, I think. Yo, don't make me be a liar. Don't make me be a liar. Stop being so dang optimal. There's no way. That won't go. That won't go. There we go. You do need 2 hits. Brankton has the life lead. What is MadeInHeaven cooking? I think that actually whiffed, and that caught Brankton really off guard. High shield, gets the throw. MadeInHeaven able to get around on the board, much needed, but still fighting for the life at this very moment. Okay, loving the defense of MadeInHeaven in that sequence. Follow blocked in the perfect opportunity to heat, but no! Yeah, there's been a lot of shields coming out from Brankton on some of those Saber Rekkas. You can tell that Brankton is very aware of the kind of pressure sequencing and structure of Saber, what she's committing to at any given time. There we go. Moon drive activation. DC does not make contact, is kind of caught off guard as Brankton is going to be able to combo that to super and get the entirety of the set. 2-0 victory over MadeInHeaven, and moving on into that winner's side, top 8. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, the question is, chat, what do we do now? I have winner's side top 8 filled out. Loser side is not filled out yet. Herrflipper and Mr. Racer are playing right now. MadeInHeaven and Lucis are going to play a set to determine who moves on. I guess we'll just start from the top. You know, by the time that our top 8 winner side matches conclude, we'll have like loser side top 8 deduced, and it's like 3:20 right now, so I think I'm just going to stream all the top 8. We should have plenty of time before PC starts. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna get Lunar and BKP up here. Holy crap, I accidentally pinged Brankton. Hold up. Son, I cannot type right now. So this is winners semifinal. But yeah, thank you to all 70 of you. Nice. 70 of you watching here at twitch.tv/PlusFramesGG. So for some Melty Blood type Lumina action. This is Heatwave, the PS4 edition. PC is going to be happening in about 2 hours. It's going to be at 5:30 p.m. PST. Registration does close at 5 p.m. So it closes in about an hour and a half. If you do want to join us, exclamation point bracket in the chat, hit that PC link. The registration should be right around the corner. If you're just enjoying watching, we appreciate you. Check out the PS4 bracket to keep up to date with all the action that's going on. Exclamation point match arena. This is actually pretty important. I know that we've been kind of slacking on the code, so we brought them back. The Certified Hit Classic, the free 25-cent donation. Be sure to hit that claim code button before the end of the night to donate a free 25 cents to the pot. We greatly appreciate it. You can also check out the match arena marketplace. You know, there's some stuff for sale there as well. Titan Books has some manga. That's going to be Exaki-san, our Made Way to Annoying, just to name a couple of titles. There's some charms and keychains for sale as well. There's some Girls Front Link keychain run. When are we gonna get the Nikkei keychains in Match Arena though? I'm asking the real questions. Where is the Nikkei merchandise in Match Arena? Do you know how much money would be raised for the FGC if there was Nikkei merch in Match Arena marketplaces? I'm just saying, like, I would drop hundreds of dollars. The FGC would be saved. The Evo Nikkei partnership needs to happen. If you were complaining about Evo pots, I'm telling you, the Nikkei partnership is the future. Use Giuna and Majin Obama as our ambassadors. All right, don't get me started. You see, I can tell the stream match is stalling because y'all got me talking about gacha games out here. I need to hurry up and get BKP in here before we're all doomed. All right, it is happening. BKP versus Lunar. Lunar playing Noel, but not the Dead Apostle Noel, just playing regular Noel. Yeah, this is something that, I mean, like, before Dead Apostle Noel, because Dead Apostle Noel wasn't here on launch, so Lunar had to have had another character since they've been playing since the beginning, and that character was Noel. And I have seen them pull out Noel in some other instances, even since Dead Apostle Noel's release. I don't really know the counterpick ideology or the reason for even picking Noel in this match in particular, but see what type of work they're going to be able to do. Well, such a prominent character within this version of the game. I know that, like, earlier on, it was believed that she would be, like, maybe within the top tier territory. I think as things have settled down, probably not the case, but still extremely strong. There it is, gonna be like that hit confirmed. Yeah, utilizing that black key. It's such a good neutral option, and it's really not a bad you know, idea to do in neutral every now and then. She retreats back, throws out that projectile, and it's pretty easy to hit confirm a full combo as well. Relatively safe, not so big of a commit type of maneuver. There it is. Another big part of Noel's kit, those long-reaching, sweeping normals that have fantastic reverse beats built into them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just kind of baiting BKP to try to escape BKP, cannot find the proper actions. 3.7k and opted for a restand. That was actually insane. The amount of damage that was already cashed out there could have been more, but was looking for the reset. Just keeping the pressure going. BKP doesn't have an answer yet. Moondrive activation, Blood Heat. I'm spending all the resources. They were given to me for a reason. I'm going to spend it. But what will it lead to? At the end of the day, what was it for? Lunar. Gonna be able to confirm with the 214C. The Moondrive and Blood Heat are completely gone. Oh boy. Working on this perfect. The slowest perfect ever. Yeah, and there it is. Lunar will be able to get it. Yeah, it was like the slowest perfect ever, because the way that it happened, it wasn't really a matter of BKP falling victim to like mix up after mix up. Lunar was just able to basically maintain pressure for like 60 seconds. And like BKP could not get out. You can see the pressure kind of building up within them, because they spent not only Moondrive but also Blood Heat to try to get Lunar away from them. But it was just at the end of the day not really to any benefit. So here it comes, game 2. Pretty dominant game 1 from Lunar. Really gonna be kind of on BKP to figure out how to not end up in those situations yet again. But oh my gosh, the beautiful JA air-to-air tool. I missed that thing. I miss it. I'm not gonna lie. All right, goes for a bit of a read. Maybe was trying to bait out a BKP DP or heat. None of which was the case. Gets the throw, the easiest hit jump in the world. Okay, BKP finding a proper opportunity to swing. Really, like, the lack of counterputs has been. Granted, Noel's pressure is insanely good with the reverse beats and such, to where it can feel very overwhelming to figure out an opportunity when you can actually escape. But the not proper defensive response is to just sit there and take it all. There are gaps, there are escape routes. It's just kind of up to the defender to figure out what those escape routes are and how to make them happen. Despite the challenge, Lunar was still able to find a round, and one round away from being able to find the game. BKP kind of in the hot seat at the moment, but Lunar not slowing down, in fact just taking right back up. 1-4C for the ender. Oh yeah, it ended up committing to a whip shield. Try to bait out any like moon skills or heat that BKP might have had in mind. But BKP staying patient, getting rewarded for that patience with a solid 4K. The most like damage they've been able to get to the set thus far. Oh no, you're in the corner. Uh-oh. You see BKP kind of panicking, utilizing that shield that did not come in handy. It's exactly where Lunar wants to be. Side swap. BKP just can't find a way out. Look at the IAD backs. I don't know how useful that is, as BKP kind of slowly but surely backs himself into the other corner and just swinging away, not quite able to find contact with Lunar. Lunar popping the Moondrive for a little bit more damage, gets the throw and gets the game. Lunar 2-0 over BKP and gonna be moving on to winners finals. Whoops, I misreported that. Don't check the bracket. Okay, you're checking out. I fixed it. Yeah, this is great stuff from Lunar. Just like the cycling of pressure was just so on point. BKP just seemed really lost on how to escape that altogether. BKP gonna be following losers for now, and I probably have some more matches to report. Hold up. Okay, so I can confirm that Herrflipper got the 2-0 victory over Mystery Racer and is qualified for that loser side top 8, and that MadeInHeaven got the 2-0 victory over Lucis and is qualified for that losers top 8 as well. Yeah, I'll just like, yeah, I'm fairly sure that we're just going to stream everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's about like 9 matches. Yeah. Okay, so next up will be Yusoro versus Brankton. This will be a good one. I feel like I haven't seen this match in a minute. After this, I'll get Meatloaf and Herrflipper. And then we'll get Mick and MadeInHeaven. So yeah, they are good to start. Brankton and Yusoro. Yusoro! I don't know about this one, chat. What were they cooking? I was gonna go off and say like these two have played in a previous heat wave. They may have even played a couple of times. The last time they fought, Brankton got the victory 2-0. So maybe Yusuro is testing something different, not really wanting to go for Arc in this matchup and just trying something new against the Brankton Kouma in the form of Roa. I mean, I don't think Roa is a necessarily bad idea. I just literally never seen Yusuro play Roa. I've seen him play Shiki, I've seen him play Arc, but I've never seen him play Roa. Alright, Yusuro back up against the wall. Brankton really dictating the entirety of the pace. Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't really seen a lot of lightning from Yusuro that kind of control the screen and dissuade against Brankton's rush down, but I can sense being overwhelmed. I understand. That time they did commit to a lightning, built the wrong one, just the wrong trajectory, not really hitting anything in front of their face, as Brankton was just kind of staring at them menacingly. So panic, try to use the moon drive to save themselves, but it's too little too late. Brankton going up round one. Sun. It just feels like I can tell that Yusuro is trying to pick the character to slow things down and keep Brankton at bay. It just hasn't paid off quite yet, and I think it's mostly due to unfamiliarity, but that's just me gaslighting. Heat activation. Lets it rip. Shield BCD. I'm so sorry. I am so terribly Sun. Nah, you listen. You are an individual you're perfectly capable and able to make your own decisions and use your own mind, but when it comes to my brain and what I'm thinking in my head, you have got to switch off Aroa. That's just me. No gaslighting, no toxic. All right, they're going to Arc. Yeah, just going for the comfort pick. Trying to overturn the result of what happened in the previous heat wave where it was 2-0 in Brankton's favor. Let's see. Fatal counter already having some instant payoff for the switch, but no combo. We're in a route on both sides. Okay. Gets the knockdown. I feel like I haven't seen Yusuro go for the left-right much. It's been mostly just crossing over and then going for this like simple strike throw next. Fatal counter. Uh-oh. So it has the Roar Brain in them, maybe. I don't know. Combo's not fully there yet. Still has the life lead. Son, I need that button. I need that button in my life. You have this 3C in the 3C. I can't stand it, bro. That's insane. They look so fun. You can't tell me that doesn't look fun. Okay. Fatal counter JA. Get the cross up, safe jumps. Brankton not committing to a shield counter of any kind, plus frames, but yeah, just need those plus frames at a DP. Invul, get off me. Oh, almost got that pickup. Anti potential, so good. Kouma Kashima. I feel like you have to say his name like Kazuya Nishima. It sounds so simple. Kouma Kashima. Oh my gosh, even off the clash. Gonna be able to cash it into a full combo arc drive finish. Brankton. They haven't been here in a while, but they haven't skipped the beat. Got the 2-0 victory over Yusuro. Gonna be moving on to that winners finals. Solid performance from them thus far in this heat wave. They're too good. How do they do it? All right, at this point, we're gonna like stream every single top 8 match, and we're still gonna finish before like 5:30. This tournament is really flying by. It's only been an hour. All right, Meatloaf and Herrflipper is coming up next. This will be a loser side top 8 match. Let me go ahead and get that set up on the stream. And so Meatloaf, we haven't seen on stream yet, if I'm not mistaken. They fell round 1 to isTOODope. So isTOODope got a 2-0 victory over Meatloaf, but Meatloaf clawing their way through the loser side by getting a win over Tries last. They had their first round in losers was MMG and it was a DQ. Then their second round was Zinni and it was a DQ, but they beat Tries last. And as I said earlier, Tries has been on fire lately, so that's a quality win. See how they stack up here against Saber. 2 Sabers within this top 8 in the form of Herrflipper and MadeInHeaven. Where are they at? I'm gonna give them the double ping. I'm gonna give them the double ping. Oh geez, I can't type. Meatloaf, Herrflipper, y'all are up now. Boom, ba-da-ba. There it is. The one, the only, the loaf of meat. So Meatloaf on Red Arc. I know there's something that they've been teasing switching to. They've played it a couple times here at Heatwave, but it seems like this might be a full Red Arc run. In top 8, so it seems like it's working out so far. Let's see how Meatloaf contends against the Saber army. Game 1, loser side top 8, Meatloaf Herrflipper. Yo, I love it. JB. Let them know. Ah. That stupid button, bro. Alright, Herrflipper strikes button first. Into the corner we go. Shield? Doesn't commit to anything, just simply super dumps out. Oh, was maybe looking for an air blockable there? I'm not quite sure. I don't know how that would have worked out. Gets the throw. Sun, no, right? Yeah, really kind of matching Herrflipper's momentum and finding these air-to-air hits. It's just the combos aren't quite there yet. That could have been a fantastic conversion. Herrflipper not quite ready for it. They are really dancing around each other. Sheesh. Shields the overhead, gets the throw into the corner. This is where her throw can be beneficial, giving them payout. 3K on the conversion. One for delay on the shield, no dice. Chasing down, Meatloaf should have this. No? There we go, okay. Yeah, when it mattered the most for the game, or for the round, I should say, Meatloaf was able to find the combo necessary. Was able to take it. Yeah, really airborne game being played between the two of them. I think Meatloaf has already established dominance on the ground with those fireballs, so it's, you know, inclining Herrflipper to take to the skies. Herrflipper has shown, though, they're not afraid to do jump shield as a counter reaction. They know that if we're trying to air-to-air Red Arc or Arc, sometimes it can be kind of capped. So throwing out the inevitable, the shield for some of those counter scenarios. But see if it's ways allows Meatloaf, excuse me, to take to the skies. Just the overhead. Come on now. Swinging away. I'm plus. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about your frame data. I'm gonna need you in this corner right quick. Heat activation. Herrflipper wants to maintain that life lead. It's my round and I need it now. Meatloaf finding the way to navigate out. Charging up. Commits to the heat. Ooh. Grab activation. Jeez, in those free frame situations, Meatloaf is not afraid to spin some bar. The second time that's been advantageous in their favor. Side swap pickup. Knocking out the throw. Meatloaf does have the moon drive available, but yeah, I guarantee that they're going to be saving it for this next round, the final round. As Meatloaf does have a moon drive and a magic circuit available, with Herrflipper is sitting with a magic circuit on their end as well. Really weird pacing of matches. No, yeah, that's the thing, dude. Like, although jump shield is direct counterplay to Red Arc rather than trying to interact with her on like some type of air-to-air, it's committal. So like, if you're wrong, you're taking like max damage basically. 4.5 there. That's a very beefy combo there from Herrflipper. 5A starter in the corner to punish the shield. All right, this could be solid opportunity here for Herrflipper. Double dash. Oh, blood heat activation. No moon drive. Son, nothing personality kid. I'm out of there. The freaking triple jump. Moon drive. Okay, heat activation. Herrflipper's not out of this yet. Fishing for something devious. Something malicious is brewing. Okay. Got the arc drive. Almost evening up the life bars. Meatloaf definitely still has the life lead. Did not account for the moon drive activation. Jeez, what is going on with this game? This is way too close. Does Meatloaf have heat on the brain? Is it even worth it? Oh, the cross up! Wonderfully constructed no keep there from Herrflipper. Keeping Meatloaf on their toes. Gonna be able to take that first game. That was a pretty long haul of the game altogether. All right. What? That's not a round start. You see every day. An air throw tech. Yeah, fatal counter. Saber so good at doing that JA and scooping characters that are above her just to the hitbox. Fatal counter just allows her to get combos like this that are 4.5k, nearly 4.5k for not too much effort spent. Done. I'll just simply use my command normal to escape the corner and they can take 3.6. Oh man, yeah, Meatloaf really swinging in the skies, trying to catch those air-to-airs, but Herrflipper, not there, nowhere to be found. You know, just maintaining on the ground and catching a landing. Herrflipper has really found their footing when it comes to pressure in this matchup. Ooh, as I say that, leaving an opening, leaving a gap, and Meatloaf able to capitalize on the punish. Sorry. Shield BC, yep. You better believe it. Shield, not BC this time. But the heat activation for Meatloaf. We're just swinging. We're just swinging. Able to find the whip shield. Blow it up. Herrflipper. One round away. One round away from moving on to the top 6. See Meatloaf. Okay, air to grounding with the JA ticked from the block there, but wasn't really able to make it lead into any notable pressure as Herrflipper finds the knockdown. Okay, the shield, but nothing. Sun. Oh, almost a confirmation. And the challenger for Herrflipper off the whip super. This is looking more and more in Herrflipper's favor. The slow pacing that we saw from game 1 has pretty much dissipated. It's been the Herrflipper show for the past couple of minutes here. Meatloaf does still have an eye out for that overhead that hasn't made contact yet, but spending all the resources in the world. The heat's gone. The moon drive activation's gone. It's now or never. Meatloaf needs to make it happen. Air unblockable this time off the staggers to the ground. This is going to leave up the life total quite a bit and find Meatloaf a much needed knockdown. What do they have in store for us? Empty air dash, the lows, everything is hitting. Meatloaf. This is really kind of the sequencing that they need in order to bring this to a round 3 situation. Herrflipper has the resources to work with. What will they spin? The moon drive. Okay, heat activation from Meatloaf. Finds the 5A, did not commit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Heat activation? No. It's running up. Ah, oh, but no combo there from Meatloaf. That was a pretty awkward trajectory. Charge JC, and I think this should be it. Doesn't really take much meter to get it done. Just one, and Herrflipper will be able to get the 2-0 victory over Meatloaf. Herrflipper will be moving on into top 6. Good stuff. Yeah, it felt like Herrflipper had a pretty better control over the match by the time they got to game 2. All things considered, in the final sequences of that round, Meatloaf was starting to fight back, but really just was not finding the significant control with the JBs and JAs that were previously giving them some mileage in the matchup. So solid effort to Meatloaf. That red arc can only get better with time. Cool to see that that's what they're committed to for now, but we'll have to see the next time, as Herrflipper is the one that's going to be moving on within the bracket. We do have more arc at play. Mick and MadeInHeaven are going to be coming up next. Let me go ahead and ping them just in case. Actually, MadeInHeaven, I know you listen to this right now. Just pull up. You know what the keyword is. Let me ping Mick though. Never mind. Everyone's listening. Everyone's listening. All right, I have some TO duties afoot. Give me one moment, and let me at least update the scoreboard so I don't look like a fool. I know who's playing. It's Mick playing Arc, and it's MadeInHeaven playing Saber. There we go. There we go. There we go. Give me one moment, chat. One moment. One moment. Alright, we're gaming, we're gaming. MadeInHeaven. Arc drive? I don't think that'll kill. A little bit too early play. Still a good amount of damage. And there it is, heal to the face. Arc drive was worth it. Still led to a kill somehow, some way. Nick gonna be able to take the first round. All right, beautiful corner carry off the Arc B&B. Slam. Huh? The scroll. It was written in stone. DP as the pressure tool. Probably misinput. Okay, this is the second time I've seen Mick go for this route. It's actually been a gray beat both times, so. Uh-oh. Going to the corner, we get a firm off of that. Arcueid boosted. Oh my gosh, yeah, that heal to the face. Doing work yet again. Mick kind of cooking right now. Gonna be getting game 1 against MadeInHeaven. Yeah, maybe worth MadeInHeaven attempting to tech out of some of these combos. They are definitely taking quite a bit of damage. I would say like in totality, they probably took like 4K cumulative damage that they didn't need to take if they had teched out some of the mid combo routes, because Arc hurts. Like if there's any damage that you can escape out of and not have to take, it's definitely worth it at the end of the day getting out of there, but it happens. Oh my god, Nick is not slowing down. MadeInHeaven not finding many opportunities to get anything started. Shield BC, knew that was coming in. Oh! How does she do it? Arc JB. Okay. This is what MadeInHeaven needed. A solid hit. Slow down Mick. Get a little bit of their offensive pressure started. MadeInHeaven. Charging up. Mick checks out of that corner. What will Mick spin? There's Moon Drive. There's Arc Drive. There's Heat. Oh, just gets air to air. MadeInHeaven was almost able to make that lead to a kill. Run up throw. Mick has the throw tech. Just gets clipped from the Rekka. Was not ready for the low. MadeInHeaven gonna be able to take that first round. Yeah, I don't know. Being up one game and being in that situation that Mick was in, I wouldn't have blamed them for spending like a mechanic resource, whether it be Heat or whether it be Moon Drive. Just trying to get that round is pretty pivotal. But you know, not the end of the world. Just a difference in player opinion. Oh jeez. Spent it? Interesting. I mean, it's more corner carry. Yo, beautiful. But no, shield A would have been way more damage. A little bit missed on the table there. Just a 1K as the punish. Gets knocked down. No, baited out that DP. MadeInHeaven. Smelled it coming from a mile away, and it doesn't smell good. Okay, we're swinging. They're gonna be able to get this pickup. This is not a great big combo. You just gotta hold that. Look at it. Meterless, nearly 4K. Goes for the OS. Backdash beats that, and there it is. MadeInHeaven. Gonna be able to tie it up 1-1. A much more impactful game there for MadeInHeaven. Really able to let their offense shine. Show off a little bit of reads as well with the way that they're constructing some Oki, a little bit of DP baits going on, and just overall a much more solid game for MadeInHeaven. But that doesn't mean that Mick's gonna slow down. Yo, the air to air right at the round start, go for the throw, shield. You need to shield it. That's the second time Mick has shielded a moon skill and does a shield B as a punish. There's so much damage being missed out there. I cannot emphasize it enough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Okay, shield BC. No, but no combo. Heat activation. MadeInHeaven not ready for it. Hello. Yo, you can spend it, spend it, spend it. There it is. Yeah. That's a lot of, that's an awfully hot coffee pot. Yeah, nearly 5,500. Fantastic life lead. That heal to the face keeps hitting MadeInHeaven there. I'm not sure what they're trying to do defensively. Maybe they're backing, but it does look like they're blocking. But it does look like they're backing up against the wall. 1 round away from being out of the tournament. Mick trying to move on to the top 6. A very similar round style what we saw previously. Oh my gosh, they're hungry for it. Got that dog in him. Chasing down the back dash. Gets the knockdown. Mick. Jeez, yo, you gotta relax. Slow down. Slow down. Son, back into the corner. Oh, okay. I mean, if you're Wolf, could have spent the moon drive and then got the shield, but you know that was a lot of gears returning at a very rapid pace. But Mick doing a good bit of damage. MadeInHeaven gonna be able to bring it back off that blood heat. Gets the combo on the air throw shortly to follow. Life bars are pretty much even. Mick, the defense. No, that's gonna be free. That's gonna be free. Yeah, MadeInHeaven will be able to find the punish. So the heat being a little bit wasted for now. MadeInHeaven can't make it lead into a kill. Yeah, Mick holding on to that moon drive for the next round. Does commit to the little shield if they get punished. We're going to the final round between these two. Is it going to be round start air to air? Will it be? Will it be? Not this time. Okay, MadeInHeaven covering the ground this time around. Swinging away. The air throw. What? Got scooped out of your own Oki into the corner. This is the bad ending. Oh. Yo, Mick. They're kind of cooking. Hey, yo. I think that was a throw on the moon drive activation. Mick didn't find the knockdown. It's a mid, so he's gonna be able to blow up that low shield. Moon drive gets the pickup. No supers, but it's okay. Gets the 2A, able to make sense of the chaos. And Mick will be getting the 2-1 victory over MadeInHeaven. Phenomenal play. Phenomenal play. All right, good stuff to both players. I mean, it truly went down the wire. I've seen the divide of what's going on there with just very momentum-heavy game. Both players kind of testing each other's defenses, sequences, and tendencies. But Mick coming out on top. This relentless rush down. The combos were definitely cleaned up after the fact. Like round 1, I was noting how much mileage and damage they were getting off of the lack of tech from MadeInHeaven. But it definitely got to a point where that wasn't even the case. Mick was just actually landing real combos and doing quite a bit of damage in the process and keeping that rush down strong. Even though like it wasn't like 3-touch games, you know, they weren't doing 3K and 4K each and every time. It was the pressure that mattered at the end of the day, even off like a 2.5K or 3K conversion. Just playing a solid strike throw and some good Melty. Mick's gonna be a top 6. We'll see them a little bit later. We're gonna be jumping to the other side of losers quarters. We'll do both losers quarters matches, so we'll jump back to winners to get Lunar and Brankton going. But right now I do have some more Arc. It's the same matchup. It's gonna be Arc versus Saber yet again. Yusho 7 versus Herrflipper. Where are the PS4 Mash Kyrie Light players? Where are they? Surely Yusuro will join this soon. Hold up, I need some illumination in here. All right. We're gaming. Here we go. Lose quarters. The Saber army. Herrflipper trying to carry them in the top 4. Yusuro fighting for the loser semis Arc Mirror allegations. Ooh, shield BC off that tape jump setup. Gonna be rewarding Yusuro with quite a bit of damage. That's the low Yakko for intensely trying to escape, not respecting the block string. It's gonna be going to the arc drive. This is close. Does not quite kill. But I mean, it still did like 45k. Look at her go. And Herrflipper just stuck. Yep. Did not commit to any Rekka follow-up, baited out that shield, and was able to get the shield drop punish Yusuro, taking round 1. Alright, +frames available, but this DP! Yusuro has shown that option a couple of times within that situation. Coming away, here comes Herrflipper. Oh my gosh, off the clash, Herrflipper able to come out on top. Much more offensive-oriented match here for Herrflipper. Had Yusuro cornered, unfortunately, not the full combo, so allowing Yusuro an opportunity for escape. Now, in the previous round, this spelled disaster here for Herrflipper. Let's see if defensively they're going to have some better luck navigating. Shield beat does allow for them to escape the corner, but it was the actions thereafter that did not allow for them to get the full escape. Yusuro still riding that wave of momentum, going to be able to get the knockdown. Moondrive activation. Nah, you're a victim. You're a victim. I don't know if your punishment is death, but it's definitely going to be a slap on the wrist to not do that again. Don't do it. Okay, no heat. Wake up backdash. I like that. Ah, dang. Yeah, the reversal moon skill from Yusuro coming out, coming in clutch. Yusuro will be able to take game 1. Alright. Herrflipper, finding the knockdown. Safe jump. No shield this time from Yusuro. That's what we saw last time as a counter reaction. They are hitting some wake up shield. Luke. Okay, double moondrive activation. Herrflipper just throws. Oh, okay. Yeah, pretty massive shield beat for Yusuro Divine. In the scope of momentum. Tick throw. Gonna be draining her. Oh no! Drop combo. What? They just stood there. They just stood there. That was really odd. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can see Yusuro was fishing for an air unblockable. Left a gap within their staircase of the block string pressure, so Herrflipper had an opportunity for the shield. And look at the payoff for this. Over 4k. +frame. Just taking away with the pressure. Yusuro finds an opportunity for the shield. Yeah, it's been a really shield-centric game that's going on between these two players. Knockdown. Oh, just cracks open the dome. Not sure what Yusuro was doing there, but JC making contact, and there it is. Herrflipper off a perfect, no less. Gonna be able to tie it up the sets. Yeah, that was solid. Just kept the pressure going. I'm really loving the sequencing that Herrflipper is doing off the +frames. Nothing too committal, nothing too crazy. Not really relying on the high-low hit that Saber has, and more so just keeping it strike ghost centric and punishing Yushiro's attempts at escape. And damage has been there too, pretty much consistently over 4K when the opportunity calls for it. That is going to be a shield. Yeah, that is one thing I've been noticing. Yushiro's been getting a lot of mileage out of shield B. Any shield interactions, Herrflipper has been very prone to doing instant shield as a response, so maybe you need to be a tad bit careful with that. Just a tad bit. All right, getting scooped up, but no, Yusiro don't have the combo. Yusiro don't have the combos. Herrflipper swinging away. Gonna be able to get the pickup. Oh, goes up, must come down. Moondrive activation from Yusiro. Yeah, we've seen this pressure sequencing before. Yusiro feeling the pressure, trying to shield out of there, but nobody's home. Able to spin the bar. Herrflipper up around. They're one round away from bringing the Saber gang in the top 4. That was an interesting round start. I think just catching Herrflipper off guard with the run up, ground the heel to the face. Shield centric gameplay going on here. Does not get on the shield, so able to get the throw into the corner. Herrflipper maintaining that momentum, maintaining that pressure. Yusiro has not been able to get any footing within this matchup. They don't have the Moondrive to spin in that situation this time. They're blocking it out, not committing to that shield. That's what got them in trouble last time. Commits to the heat, but Herrflipper doesn't care. They're swinging right back in. There's no escape for you, amigo. My pressure and I need it now. Give me the 4K. Don't spin that Moondrive. Oh, they did. Oh, we are. I don't know about that one. Into the corner. We're still swinging. Oh my gosh, Herrflipper just fully offensive gameplay, just taking all the pressure, all the options that they possibly could to Yusiro, and was able to be victorious at the end of the day for a 2-1 victory. Gonna be moving on within our top 4. That was great. Good stuff to Herrflipper. I think this is some of the farthest that I've seen them get within one of our Heatwave brackets. If I'm wrong about that, excuse me. But I believe I've seen them made top 8 before, but definitely not top 4. So solid exemplary performance for them thus far, and they're still in it. You're still going to be finishing in 5th. We got to figure out which 3-letter Melty Blood type Lumina player that Herrflipper will have as their opponent for loser semifinals. It'll be the acronym of BKP or the short name of Mick. So go ahead and get that scoreboard set up. All right, so Herrflipper proven to be MadeInHeaven's strongest soldier when it comes to the Saber army to get into loser semifinals. It'll be up to Mick to be Yusiro 7's strongest soldier to carry the Arcueid army into the loser semifinals. See if they're able to execute on that task at hand. BKP is the one that stands in the way, though. Very prominent PCL player, again, has been having some pretty phenomenal placings thus far in these online tournaments throughout the past month or so. See if they can maintain that consistency to lock in a top 4 here at Heatwave. Here we go. Where's Cowie? This is PS4. You go ask Cowie to play in Heatwave PS4. There's not a lot of Miyakos, or actually you missed Miyako earlier. isTOODope was playing. We did have Miyako in this bracket, but typically Miyako is the PC demon, not the PS4 demon. Yo, Mick's been cooking. That's gonna be a round. I can't tell you how it happened. That's a perfect no less. All right, let me pay attention. What's going on here? What the vibes like? Fatal counter out the air with the 5A. Not able to get much for it, but just chasing down. Such a solid part of Arcueid's kit is the air-to-air game being so magnificent. Okay, that was a pretty pivotal drop though. Committing so hard on it too. Just the heat activation, and Mick wants that pressure back. They were just like, I've been doing so well, I really don't want to give you an opportunity to play the game. Yo, Arc Drive, you gotta spend it. You gotta spend it. Hey, yo. Yo, Mick. All right, commits that DP, BKP. Blood heat activation just ran up and did it a little bit delayed. Maybe an opportunity for a reaction shield, but Mick does not bite. BKP will be able to catch in nothing because it did not spend any meter on that, but still got a little bit over 3K for that. Even up on life totals. Woo. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's free right there. Not too big of a punish, though. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Uh-oh. Unblockable. Nick has some resources to spend. How badly do you want it? What will you spend to get it? BKP just kind of dancing in and out of these ranges. Okay, the shoulder did not make contact, but it did allow for an escape out of the corner, but just run straight into the gun. Shortly but surely, followed up by that chain. BKP gonna be able to tap the rounds 1-1. Mick not setting on a lot of magic circuit. Just walking up. And her walk animation is so threatening. Okay, shield B, leapfrog. But Mick does not have the full combo with that tiger. Did not come in handy, but they are still going. Moondrap activation off this. Hello. Look at the quarter carry. A little bit of shimmy. Okay, BKP, unshaken, unmoving, just going for the perfect. Oh no! It ended up clashing with a part of what is it? All right, the circus is in town. I can't even tell you what happened in these passing sequences because something new just pops up. But Nick maintaining the pressure. That was weird. Okay. Wake up backdash. BKP. Yeah, you can see BKP just trying to be really elusive with their movement, find a way to definitively get out of that corner. They're able to do so. Blocks the overhead. Good defense. Off the Not the full pickup though. Keep the pressure. Mick did a stand shield. Could be force of habit. You know, Shiki has a charge JC. Arc has a charge JC. Your initial reaction is stand shield, but PCL's a weird one. She has the unblockable 2C. It's low. And gonna be able to get this pickup. BKP can't find the combo to end it though. Nick finding opportunity to heat. They're still not out of this yet. Oh, commits that low shield. That's gonna be it. Okay, yeah. Off with the shield drop, able to get that throw punish. BKP taking that game 1. It was a sweaty one. It felt like it could have gone either way at so many given times. There were just a couple of sequences that Mick had the right idea. It just did not fully pay off. There was a shield fatal counter action that they went for a knee, and the knee just ended up completely whiffing. They had a very good idea with their ready go moon skill to eat through the PCL disjointed normal. It actually hit one of her extended hurt boxes, but it hit so far away that the second hit of the elbow did not actually make contact, whiffed, and allowed for a whiff punish for BKP. So unfortunate calls due to some good mindset, but not in the proper situations. BKP was able to capitalize off of. Right now, BKP having a much more dominating performance here within this round 1. Gonna be able to shield the wake up, not finding the punish. Tried to swing twice in order to get it. The one that got away. See if Mick is gonna be able to run away with this round. Not quite the case. Throw into the corner. BKP. Ew. Yeah, it's backing up completely. And there it is, run up throw. AP 1 round away from moving. Our Ciel into the top 4 territory. Mick fighting for their tournament life. Okay. Pretty nice combo started to find here. Keeping it meterless, did not have the full rapid beat available, so didn't get the knockdown. Allowing for BKP some opportunity of escape, hitting those buttons. He's swinging. Bop, bop, bop. BKP. Blood heat. Gonna be able to get whiff punished. Yeah, Nick not really getting any benefits from that with blood heat. No meter that's able to be spent. No life that needs to be regained. The full 4 bars that's been flushed down the toilet. BKP. Over 5k for the punish. Mick really has to be careful here, and there it is, the blowback of that button there, swinging on the overhead, and BKP with a 2-0 victory over Mick. Gonna be moving on to the top 4 with the power TL pick, playing phenomenally here throughout the losers run they've been able to make is Mick, who had a 2-0 victory over Radiance, 2-0 victory over isTOODope, and then a 2-1 victory over MadeInHeaven, but it will be cut short here. But just want to give them a shout out. That was a really solid tournament performance that they had there, and it's really cool to see them get 5th in a tournament like this. I forgot to queue up the next matches, but it is Lunar and Brankton. My bad, y'all. I've been invested, but it is Lunar and Brankton right now. Lunar, Brankton. First 2-3, winners final. Let me change the lobby. First 2-3. Oh boy. This stream deck is so out of order and displaced. Let me update some of this stuff. Okay, so Lunar versus Brankton for our winners finals. Then we'll go into our loser semis, which is Herrflipper versus BKP. And then we'll have losers final, and then we'll have Rand finals. So 4 to 5 matches left here for Heatwave PS4. I imagine we're probably going to be finishing well before 5:30. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is like the 45-minute warning for y'all. If you're watching and you're like, yo, these Melty Blood type arena players that I'm watching on the screen right now just do not fit the criteria of what I consider a good multiplayer. I would have just simply blocked. I would have just simply shielded. I would have just simply hit the buttons properly. Well, prove it. If you got the PC version of Melty Blood type arena, you can sign up for our bracket that's happening up in an hour and a half. There is only 45 minutes to register for that. The registration is going to close at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Currently, that bracket is sitting at, let me give you a live update of what the PC bracket is looking at attendees wise. 30 people. 30 people currently signed up for Heatwave PC. Tends to be the more popular option for the PC player base. Quite a few names in here as well, so if you want to join us, if you want to get some Melty Blood type arena experience, all skill lovers are welcome. Be sure to register, and of course, as always, !match Reno in the chat. We do have not a $50 pot bonus, it's actually a $75 pot bonus, courtesy of Paul Lay. I just noticed that they did donate an extra $25 to the PS4 pot and then $75 to the PC pot, so the pockets are fat tonight. Shout out to Paul. I'll have a little bit more on that later, but here we go. This is our winners finals, and you know what, I'm over here running my mouth. I haven't updated the scoreboard. I'm sorry, chat, I'm a failure. Hold up. I couldn't even update the scoreboard for the end of that first round. It was a Lunar perfect with this Noel. I feel like these two have played before. Like, Brankton only has lost within the context of Heatwave to very specific players. It's usually like the very dominant ones or people that have won Heatwaves in the past. So they've dropped some sets to Lucy. I think they've dropped some sets to Omniscythe. And I believe they've dropped some sets to Lunar as well. So but yeah, I mean, I would imagine the last time they played Lunar was on Dead Apostle Noel. It's a completely different type of character pick for Brink trying to navigate around. There it is. Get things started. Brankton trying to swing the tide into their favor. Ooh, Lunar. Moon Drive activation. Trying to cast this combo in for all that it's worth. Wow, beautiful routing. That was actually enough in order to build up an arc drive. I wasn't sure if it would be, but that was fantastic. Just to make sure that hit confirm was going to lead to death. Lunar will be able to take game 1. Reminder that this is the first of 3 we are in winners finals. The scoop. Okay, Lunar going for a little bit of the gambit, try to force Brankton to approach. Brankton taking the bait and coming out on top for it. Commits to that DP. Yeah, that's going to be a punish there. 2C started for Lunar, just so you know it's real. Over 4K for that one. Gonna be able to set up one of the easiest safe jumps in the world. Looking away. Shield B off the fatal counter. Okay, this should be a match opportunity here for Brankton. Only 3K. Lunar also able to take out of the corner, so Brankton has to find their way in yet again. Shield B has been getting a lot of work done. That's going to be the case this time around yet again. Brankton taking this first round in game 2. Okay. Lunar swinging away. I think Lunar was trying to set up for a potential air unblockable there with the stagger down, but only got a JC in the process. Brankton swinging as a response. Still swinging. Oh, wow. Actually able to IAD over that Noel 2B. That Noel 2B has been altered in a way to where it can be better in those sequences for anti-airing, but just wasn't quite within the proper range for it to show that hitbox. Okay, Brankton. Really, the navigation has been fire. Like, they are just finding the proper opportunity to air dash all together. The shield sequencing has been really great. Like, Brankton really showing they are capable of sticking to Lunar within their rushdown capabilities here. And now they tied it up 1-1, and Lunar has opted for character select. I'm gonna opt for some water. That's the character I'm selecting. All right, so it is the Noel, former the Dead Apostle, that Lunar's going to be opting for the remainder of this set. First to 3, but I mean, like, within the context of this individual set between these two characters, pretty much first to 2, so. Yeah, you can see that Brankton's trying to play around, like, the same pacing that they had in the previous match of just slowly dissecting how to get in against Lunar. It's a little bit harder in this matchup because Dead Apostle Noel does have some good screen control, but Brankton really still able to stick to Lunar. Well, DP Moondrive, but not able to find the proper routing in order to combo, but there it is. Off that Moon skill. The exact type of sequencing that Lunar is going to be wanting to set up and test Brankton's ability to defend the situation. The Moondrive pop, shield, does not go for a BC, and able to navigate that pretty well. The DPs are within. Son, I'm sorry. That happened to me too. The hitbox on that, like, I can't emphasize enough of, like, it's like bigger than it seems. Like, got punished? Personally, I'm shocked. Personally, I'm shocked. Wow, that's gonna be a kill. Alright, Brankton. Now that was an expensive round. Brankton has like no resources available, and Lunar has all the resources in the world. This could be the type of Dead Apostle Noel round where it's just like one hit into next round, basically. Because Brankton, if they end up in the Spike Oki, they're gonna have to utilize just what they have with them in terms of like their universal resources. You can see how slow Lunar is playing, because it's just like, what are you gonna do? I really just need one hit and then, like, you know, good luck. And this is the part where it's good luck. Yeah, able to get hit by the left, right. You already know the vibes. Lunar's gonna be able to set this up yet again. Brankton still not really having those resources available, has the heat, but in this situation, that's a very committal action to go for. Goes for the low shield, poking away, maybe just a little bit too early. That Dead Apostle Noel was nowhere to be found. And what did I say, chat? What did I say? It was just the one hit that was all. I know Dead Apostle Noel round when I see one. I knew it. I knew it from the beginning. But Brankton does have resources now. You know, they have plenty of magic circuits. They do have a Moondrive activation available, and they're finding a round start victory here with a little bit over 3K done to Lunar. Oh, okay. Perfect punish there on the DP. Gets the scoop. Brankton kind of just one hit away from being able to take this. Lunar trying to slow things down yet just a bit. I gotta imagine this is the situation where, yeah, I was gonna say, I gotta imagine the situation where Lunar wants to pop heat here. Like, just to get that life back, not be in such dire circumstances. Moondrive pop, okay, that's actually a pretty expensive spin there from Brankton. Reason being, oh, I was gonna say if Lunar was able to get that combo set from Spike Oki, they would have Moondrive as a matter of escape. Just pops the armor, able to catch Lunar trying to fish out of there. Oh, geez. Yeah, trying to bait it. Those spikes just looming there. Lunar, whoa. Brankton was saying like, how do I navigate? How do I traverse? How do I get in? What's the move? Just pops the armor and just runs straight in there and finds the pressure. All right. Insane. I gotta imagine some of the riskiness of that was if Lunar were to have detonated the spikes that were on the ground with a super, it would have been forcing Brankton to stop. But I just think that like no one was expecting for Brankton to just simply activate the armor and run at her. Like snatched up. Oh, I respect the attempt. That was definitely an attempt on Brankton to whiff punish with something that is fast and travels relatively far. That just did not travel the distance that Brankton needed to get that going. Okay, utilizing some different reversal options to get around the Dead Apostle Wall Oki. Another one of those DPs. Yeah, it's spaced out in a way where Kouma's not gonna have anything to threaten there. So Lunar gonna be able to take that first round. Huh? Nah, I need some Kouma Kishima buttons in my life, bro. Yeah, when those spikes are on the ground, that is... See, like, although Brankton did challenge with the armor on that previous round, it was kind of a big call out. I feel like when Lunar has been able to set up those spikes, Brankton has been playing super slow and not really sure how to get in, and more often than not when they take this guy's, Lunar's just ready on demand with detonating the spike Oki, right? So all right, this should be arc drive. There it is. Lunar has the response right back. Gonna be 2-2. This is interesting. Remember, last time these two played, it was either 2-0 or 3-0. I had it up previously. I think I might have closed it. Yeah, these two I played before, but basically Brankton was not able to find a game. This time it's going to the final round. So let's see who's moving on to that grand finals winner side. Okay, just running up. Catch Lunar off guard. Oh my gosh. Okay, the only thing about that command throw, it did throw Noel out of the corner, and I don't think that's an advantageous screen position to be in if you're Brankton right now. Yeah, you can see them struggling to navigate yet again. This has been like the issue is that when they're in those full screen territories and Lunar has spikes on the screen, Brankton has not found a very consistent answer. And oh my gosh, off the activation on that fireball, gonna be able to get the full combo just off that straight hit. Lunar ready for the conversions at any given time. A little bit too close on the Oki though, so it does give Brankton an opportunity for the heat. Shielding away. You can see Brankton's hungry for it. Okay, able to shield through the spikes. Lunar playing the runaway game 10 times. Just as many backdashes, stay away from me. But I like Brankton. Not afraid to slow things down, not afraid to utilize that shield on the detonation to just get a little bit more moon. And there it is, the JC that they've been fishing for all along, rewarded for their patience. Gonna be able to maintain this corner positioning now. I gotta imagine that they don't want to get Dead Apostle out of that corner. It spelled disaster for them a little bit before, but now Lunar, double throw. Look for a triple a little bit this time. Brankton has resources available. Fisher for it. Lunar, the moon drive is still active. Shield, nothing. What a block. Lunar finds themselves in the corner. Oh, it ends up working out in their favor this time. The DP does hit a cross up. Brankton activates. Oh boy. Just got scooped. I think Brankton is afraid of the clock. 2 seconds there. No, oh no, Brankton. If Brankton was going to commit to trying to take that round, it would have required a heat. It definitely would have required a heat. I think just the way that round was winding down, Brankton was not able to calculate what exactly was necessary in order to take it. Okay, slipping away. Pops the armor. EP activation from Lunar. Done. That was ambitious. Gets the scoop. Air unblockable. This is where it could spell disaster. Lunar may be 1 or 2 hits away, but did not get the Oki. Off the combo conversion. Run up throw, nothing. Brankton swinging away. Pops it, gets the throw. Brankton pops the moon drive. Nobody's home there for the throw. Catches the backdash. Yeah, Brankton really does not have much left in the tank here. They could be a hit away, but the issue is how do they get that hit? Full screen heat activation is going to allow for them to maybe have a little bit of insurance on the hit department. BC to try to navigate in. Still not finding any clear answers. It could be a 2-hit game, it could be a 1-hit game. It just really all depends. Brankton does have the life lead, technically speaking, though. This is such a risky game to play against a character like Noel. No pickup! Oh my gosh! Off the Moonrise activation, Lunar missed the pickup. That was a pivotal combo drop. We're going to a final round here between Brankton and Lunar. Lunar still trying to slow it down, still trying to charge up. There's 4 blocks available, so any hit, you best believe we're going into that spike Oki, so long as Lunar's able to find the combo. Well, obviously, that's the case right here, right now. Brankton, again, finding themselves in that situation where they are pretty low on resources. Could not get the ender on the combo. DP. Okay, Lunar able to find the throw. Does the low shield. Lunar getting the throw yet again, just taking it slowly but surely. I can't believe that still made contact with Noel. Oh, BCing each other's BC. Lunar pops it. Gets the throw. Brankton is 1 touch away from dying. Has no resources. Commit to the DP. Nobody's home. Shield. That was risky. That was risky. And there it is. Lunar's gonna be able to find the throw. Gonna be able to get the game. A close one altogether between both players, but Lunar will find a 3-2 victory and is gonna be finding themselves in grand finals winner's side. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Yeah, so hard fought on both sides there. We'll have to see if Brankton's gonna be able to earn a rematch against Lunar, but they do have 2 competitors in the loser semi side that would like to take that spot instead. See which one is gonna be able to earn the right to challenge Brankton. Not me. No, do not take me off auto path. I ain't fighting nobody. I'm a serial dodger. We have Herrflipper and BKP is who's gonna be playing. All right, Herrflipper, BKP. This is our losers. All right, here we go, here we go. Yeah, so BKP starting off strong here. BKP finding themselves in this situation after getting the victory over Mick, so they're able to overcome the Arc. Herrflipper also finding themselves in this situation by conquering another Arc that was 0-7, so pretty much a super different style of matchup that Herrflipper will have to navigate around. At first it was maintaining pressure and being able to block the rush down nature of Arc. Now it's like kind of like the mid-range control and some of the bulldogging that PCL is able to implement. Doesn't have an answer for it quite yet, as BKP is going to be starting off here with a perfect, but we got multiple games around to play. See if Herrflipper has a response. Alright, Herrflipper finding some hits, swinging away. No 3C! Yikes! Yeah, that is a pretty unfortunate whip. BKP gonna be able to capitalize on that. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah, a lot of backdashing, but Herrflipper on the approach just has not really been able to find those angles. Needed to be covered, and just getting air unblockable, getting anti-air. This should be it. And there it is. Yeah, BKP will be able to take game 1. Yeah, as opposed to the previous types of characters that Herrflipper has been fighting, really not having much luck in terms of like navigating the air game. Like we've seen Herrflipper in the past show that they are willing to try to air. They're even willing against like characters like Arc to go for like a jump shield for a hard call out option. But even before they're like getting to that point of counterplay, they're just getting caught out of their movement constantly by BKP's PCL. So Okay, see Herrflipper trying to slow it down just a little bit here. Yikes, air DP is what caught them. It looked like there was a brief period of maybe some significance there from Herrflipper if there was like a JA or a JC there, but BKP just one step ahead in that instance. We swinging. Bop, bop, bop. BKP. Drive activation. Oh, you need to be really careful about taking the skies like that against powered Ciel. She has those buttons that she's able to swing that covers angles of the screen that most characters cannot. So you don't want to leave yourself liable to getting air unblockable for no reason. Okay, BKP not having the proper combos there. Herrflipper chasing down the backdash, no dice. Like I said, they will do it. They will do the super jump or jump shield. A little bit of a risky maneuver, almost paid off there, but lost the RPS situation afterwards. And what an unfortunate RPS to lose. BKP is now going to be one round away from moving on to the Lunar finals. Poking away. Herrflipper just can't really catch a break right now. BKP, everything that seems to be working. The shield A. Into the corner. A little bit of a drop though. Still commits to the ender of the combo anyways. I respect it. Okay, there are some drops of it. Something malicious is brewing. Catches the whiff. Herrflipper, you have got to pop heat. Alright, they recognize the situation. Get some life back. Evening up things. Okay, this could afford arc drive. No, nothing, but still swinging away. Herrflipper just kept at it into these combos, but it's okay. It ends up working out. 3 hits is all it took. Herrflipper is still in this. Lets it rip. Wow. Okay, Herrflipper. It's the knockdown. What are we looking for? The dive. No shield from BKP. Wow, yeah, fakes out the overhead, just ends up swinging low. Very nice layers there for Herrflipper to add to the mind game. Decent damage cash out as well. I mean, above decent. You're talking 4.5k. BKP filling the heat. Goes for the heat. Oh. Yo, they said what they said. They said what they said. BKP finds the 2C. Still going in there. Okay. Not be able to find a kill. Herrflipper does have some resources available after a reversal. Moon drive. Land able to punish the stand shield. They should even up the life bars quite a bit. Done. Run under. Oh my god. Yeah, what the? I don't. That's a heartbreaker, dude. I think Herrflipper had a kill confirm available there. With the moon drive there, if Herrflipper was going to be able to stabilize that combo, I think that was the arc drive finish just waiting to happen. But could not pick up the pieces and navigate the chaos in time. BKP lives in the chaos, molded by it, and going to be getting a victory here over Herrflipper as they qualify for top 3. Going to be able to face Brankton right now. Solid stuff to Herrflipper, again having one of the more solid runs that I've seen them have in Heatwave history, finishing 4th, so good stuff to them. Congratulations. But we do have a top 3 to get through here. No, it's not me. I need to stop auto passing. I do not want to fight these demons. All right, it's Brankton versus BKP for losers finals. All right, Brankton and BKP gonna be fighting to see who had the opportunity to get the run back against Lunar. Both of them were sent to losers by Lunar in the winner side top 8 match for winner semis. Lunar got the 2-0 victory over BKP, and then we just saw winners finals happen not too long ago where Lunar got the 3-2 victory over Brankton. So see how ready Brankton is for the powered Ciel matchup. I mean, Brankton has had to fight Omni Scythe quite a few times within previous heat waves. That's been kind of a demon that they've been running into. Hasn't been able to overcome quite yet within that specific player, but let's see if they have any prominence against this specific character. All right, throw. KP Yeah, really trying to spend his resources, just get Brankton off them, but it's just not working out. Brankton is just all up in there. Interesting that BKP chose to back off there. I felt like they had some significant pressure sequencing going on there with Brankton in the corner, but it seems like they're giving Brankton a lot of respect. And with Brankton having the life lead, I don't know if that was the right call to make. I think Brankton just found themselves and got that hit that they ultimately needed. Brankton's going to be able to take round one. Yo, is that supposed to be? It does kind of look like Chisato, huh? It might be. Big fan of the cursory core. All of the anime. Mizuki the GOAT. I think her name is Mizuki. Okay, shield B coming in handy. Gonna be punishing the instant shield reaction of Brankton. Boop. Yeah, trying to bait out a heater or DP, no dive. Brankton staying extremely patient and rewarded for the IAD straight over the 2C. What are you swinging for? Oh, okay. Yeah, not able to get much for it. Still unblockable. Brankton is swinging quite a bit. Not able to find contact with anything significant. BKP. Yeah, arc drive just to make for sure. I respect it. All right. Pendulum shift here between BKP and Brankton, seeing both of them take pretty meaningful rounds. It is Brankton that is sitting on all the Christmas presents right now. Moondrive is there for Magic Circuit available. BKP trying to play this really in and out type of playstyle, utilizing a lot of the mobility of PCL to keep Brankton on their toes. But Brankton has not had too much trouble navigating thus far. The whiff shield could have been a massive opportunity for BKP, but no big combo to follow. We're back resetting into this neutral. Brankton is still just ready to explode with all the resources that are available. You need to be so careful when it comes to this Oki. Cannot chase down the backdash. BKP is on the move, making moves, horizontal and vertical. I'm covering the space. Don't run into me. Yeah, I mean, right now Brankton has the life lead, so they really aren't in. Huh? I don't know what they were cooking. They really aren't inclined to go for anything too crazy here. But there it is. The run up low. This should like kill, right? No? Okay, nothing. What's that baiting out the heat? OTG pickup, DKP. Much needed momentum, much needed offense, much needed hits here. It's not the much needed combos. Backing up yet again, but just it pays off this time. Able to control that space, find the air unblockable. This is going to reward them with the life lead. The time is a ticking. 15 seconds on the clock, so it's up to Brankton to make this move. You can sense it. BKP kind of respecting it. They cornered themselves. I don't know about that one, Chief. There it is. Brankton will be able to get game one. Ugh. Yeah, I feel like BKP felt the pressure was on to try to run away and force Brankton to go into a panic heat of some sort. Just in their navigation, a little bit of miscalculation, putting them back in the corners. Definitely not where you want it to be. A cause for some pretty panic moon skills on both ends, but Kouma came out on top, giving Brankton that game one. Okay, a little bit mistimed there on the command throw. BKP gonna move to get the punish. Not anything too significant. Getting out that high shield. Going away. BKP. What? Whoa. That's the stream. What? Forbidden Kouma Kashima technique. Dude, you're just. I've been here before. I've been in BKP's position before. Just desperately trying to utilize anything to get out of the off the defense, get Kouma off of you, and just nothing is. Oh my gosh, that is a morale killer. All of these, like the past 5 Brankton centric options that have happened are just complete morale destroyers, and it just continues. Empty jump 2A, throw into the corner. Brankton cooking up a storm right now. Thanksgiving is still like 5 days away. You can relax. Your leftovers gonna get soggy in the fridge. You really don't need to be cooking this early. The BKP is conflicted. I remember you was conflicted. Misused in your influence. Okay, no character swap. They're gonna be staying on Proud Trio for now. Yeah. I mean, most of all, just take a break, because like after a game like that, I would be kind of mentally rattled. Hopefully BKP can come out strong, show out some of the presence that they had within the game one. They kept that match so close, but Brankton still not slowing down. Audacity, just try to 3C. Maybe I should try Kouma sometime. I don't know. Brankton makes it look fun. Okay, there we go. Drop bulls on him to the dome. BKP. Over 4K. Trying to push to that corner. No life lead. BKP just trying to slow it down. They have seen a little bit of success with playing this way. Shielding away, cannot get a punish for that, because Brankton still does have shield actions available given the super. Oh, that was clean. That was clean. A little bit risky, because Brankton could have just as easily done the 3C, but it was a read on the 2C sweep, that knowing that Brankton was going to try to cover the ground. So BKP had that life that they've been looking for thus far. Playing it so slow, 20 seconds on the clock. This looks like it's a round that could be all BKPs. Gets the combo. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, BKP still mentally into this. Instant anti-air there from Brankton, though, off the fatal counter. This is the good amount of damage to take just within the near opening sequences of a round. You can't let that break your soul, break your spirit. Ah, there it is. Stand shield getting scooped up by the Kouma 2C. So much damage. Brankton on a roll right now. No way. Yeah, I ended up getting air unblockable for that. And now Brankton going to be the one who is one round away from moving on to the grand finals. Okay. BKP still fighting back. Finding a lot of these sequences, finding a lot of these hits. Trying to play the game at their pace and be rewarded for it with a game. Just can't seem to find a way to get 2 rounds. Looking pretty decent here in this round 3. Nice life lead. That's going to be carrying Brankton below half health. 4 bars and a moon drive available, so next hit could be fatal. Brankton needs to be careful what they're doing on the defense with the okie doke, with shield. You see BKP trying to chase after that missed opportunity, and it's so unfortunate in their hastiness in trying to get the one that got away. Just ends up taking 4.5k and a knockdown as a result, and now it's the Brankton show. Could this be the 3-touch game? Not quite. Snatched into the corner. You gotta stop this. You gotta stop them from cooking. There it is. They're unblockable. You gotta kill. Please. It's not common to drop. There it is. BKP gonna be able to find that arc drive. They're still fighting. They're still swinging, and they're still in this. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. Here we go. Brankton still 1 round away from moving inside grand, so BKP showing some signs of life. Yeah, BKP really kind of finding that rhythm of sequencing that they have been fishing for within this mid-range game, right? They very obviously do want to put up the wall of normals and kind of deter from Brankton's approach by just playing solid neutral within that mid-range. More often than not, it has been working within their favor for the majority of the set, but within the last game and within this round specifically, where they're working on a perfect, they're just executing that game plan fantastically. Something has really seemed to click here. Okay, yeah, just not interacting with the RPS too much, just holding that shield. BKP just needs one hit, and they find it. Not a perfect, but as close as you can get to one. BKP looking tight, it's up 2-2 if at all possible. Yeah, look at the range game that BKP is playing. Just not really playing into Brankton's range, not really playing into the phenomenal Kouma anti-arc that are available. Just trying to control the space that they do have. Oh, okay, yeah, but this is where things do tend to fall apart for BKP. Accidentally cornering themselves once again, and now it's like, you know, BKP does do a lot of IAD backs, a lot of backdashes, and making use of the space that they have behind them. When you're in the corner, you don't have any space behind you, so Brankton, this is just a free ticket for them to capitalize and just throw everything that they have at BKP. You can really see the payoff of it all here, right now, but the invisible DP reversal, gonna get BKP out of there, gets the low off the infi jump. Massive opportunity here for BKP to close it out. I'm pretty sure they would not want to go to a round 3. Unblockable BKP. Backing off just a little bit. Is that really the time to be doing this? I don't know. Brankton finds a way in. Heat activation. BKP wants it now. You can see it. No! They gotta be bad. You're online. You're not even offline. What compelled you? Why? What? Brankton is on match point. BKP still fighting for the life. You can't get tilted like that. I understand. I remember you was conflicted. Okay, heat activation. BKP saying get off of me. But they're going so much more aggressive now. Look at how much the pacing of the match has changed. BKP is swinging so aggressively in Brankton's face. Working out a little bit. Just a sudden change of pace. Maybe it's due to panic. Maybe it's due to adrenaline. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. BKP. All right, back to slowing things down just a bit. Now that they have the life lead, the IAD backs coming into play. Brankton not really challenging. Okay, the whipped anti-air, but no pickup. Unfortunate. Oh, you're backing up against the wall. And see, BKP recognizes this. This is where I'm in trouble. You will not corner me again. Stay away from me, you fiend. You monster. Heat activation. Pops up, charges up, get big on him, the armor. And there it is, catch the landing. Here comes Brankton. Looking for the air to air. Not quite the proper spacing there, so BKP will be able to find the punish. Okay, Brankton does not have that heat available quite yet. Could be a next touch opportunity here for BKP depending on what that hit is. Brankton spinning all the mode skills in the world. The slam dunk. What are you doing? Stylish mode activated. Not gonna be enough to kill though. Wow, 10 seconds left. It's on BKP. Get the arrow blockable and able to make it happen. Man, we're gonna be tied up 2-2. BKP is still staying in this. What do you mean Brankton is threatening to return to root? I'm not trying to see the Brankton secondary right now. This is it. Game 5, losers finals. BKP really trying to reverse sweep this. It's a good set. It's a good set. All right, finds a throw. Back dashing away is BKP. Gonna be able to find a punish for that, no less. Able to find the knockdown. Heat activation. Uh-oh, this should spell arc drive. BKP doesn't have the proper routing available. How did you confirm that? Not human. Jeez, falling, weaving in and out, but Brankton able to find that hit necessary. The time BKP corner without a lot of resources to spend. The moon drive is what is spent. This is a free ticket for Brankton to just utilize all the pressure tools, but BKP finding the proper gap in order to challenge with the moon skill. Look at the navigation here. BC puts them back into the corner. Unfortunate, and just can't find a way to land. Brankton just sitting right under them. Into my loving palms. Brankton one round away from moving on to the grand finals, but BKP has come so far. I'm sure they don't want it to end like this. Will we be going into a final round territory? Not if Brankton has anything to say about it. Beautiful anti-air confirmations. Charged up with the armor. BKP extremely patient, but if you're holding down back on the stick, that means you're liable to get thrown, liable to get scooped. Fatal counter on the shield B. Brankton has started to run away with this a little bit. BKP, do we have heat on the brain? Just blocking, able to defend against that left right. Oh my gosh, that could have been it. Does heat off the knockdown, scrambling a little bit. BKP trying to get out of that corner. Back throw will do it. Moondrive activation. Caught off guard a little bit. Snatch right back in there. Brankton knocked down, and there it is. Just staying on top of BKP, not allowing for many opportunities of escape. They will be able to get the 3-2 victory in what was a damn good loser finals. Give it up for both players. BKP almost able to make that reverse sweep comeback, showing off some impressive tenacity, impressive resiliency. Just was not quite able to get the job done, but they will be able to finish with their head high in this 3rd place finish for Heatwave PS4, and that does set us up for grand finals, where it will be the run back between Brankton and Lunar. That's not y'all easy. Yo, that's gotta be racist. There's no way. That's not y'all easy. Insanity. All right, Lunar and Brankton underway. Lunar on winner side, Brankton on loser side. Hey, Heatwave PC, the registration for that is going to be closing in 5 minutes. Exclamation point bracket in the chat. If y'all want to join that, we'd be happy to have you. We have over 30 entrants available for that, and that's going to be starting at 5:30 PST. So if you're watching this, be rest assured, no matter how long the grand finals goes, I don't think it's going to be a 30-minute grand finals, but we will be starting at 5:30 no matter what. So we'll be seeing you for some more multiple type of action a little bit later. Exclamation point Matcherino, pretty hefty pot bonuses. So usually we do 50. It was actually 75 courtesy of Paul, donating quite a bit of money to both pots. So it's going to be a pretty wealthy night for someone. We got to figure out who it is for PS4. It's going to be taking the majority of that pop between Lunar and Brankton happening right here, right now. Lunar once again starting out with the regular Noel. This is a similar start with what we saw when they played the winners finals. Did not end up working out for the long haul. They did eventually switch that dead apostle, but let's see what happens. Grand finals heat with PS4. Lunar having an extremely solid start here. If you hit up for that safe jump off the 2-1-4C with the double jump. Yeah, Brankton finding them. Ooh! 6C in order to bait out the throw, and then getting the wall bounce confirmation thereafter. It wasn't enough to kill, but that was very nice. Okay, snaps to the corner. The Brankton agenda. Gets the knockdown. Gets the anti-air, but Brankton not able to find the full combo there. Alright. Caution here. Brankton just trying to slow things down, pick apart their opponent and figure out the way in. You know, it's a little bit of a different pacing than the Data Pops from Noel, that they were slowly but surely finding a little bit of success against. Lunar does not have access to those fireballs, but do have access to some like pretty impressive normals, right? So whoop. Oh yeah, does it hit the 2B again? You know, I don't blame you there, Lunar. It's pretty nice button. Pretty good. The left right? No, did not commit to it. The easiest hit jump in the world. Blood heat activation there for Brankton. That was quite the challenge. Did not get much for it though. Drops are abound, so not really getting the full entirety of the damage they were rightfully owed there. But Brankton is still keeping up the pressure. Where are the combos? What? Excuse me. Just narrowly avoiding that 623A there. That is a pretty prominent anti-air tool within Noel's kit. Brankton just slightly above it. Wow! Definitely utilizing the buff on that 2-2B. Meterless reversal that Noel now has available in the game. Oh, wow! The IAD back was actually able to make that counter quick whiff. You know, that was really kind of like a throw bait attempt sequencing of pressure. Lunar or Brankton whiff for a reversal button, but it was just not something that actually made contact with Noel there. Very interesting. Beautiful. Yeah, we're able to recognize the gap, putting that 2B in the perfect spot to allow for interruption. putting it into Brankton's pressure and putting it into the benefits of Brankton's heat as well. Now Brankton just has the moon drive to work with. Gonna be able to find an air with the moon skill confirmation. That combo does make contact this time around, a little bit over 3.5k. And now Brankton. Oh, and with the high AD as well, this should be it. Brankton gonna be able to take game 1. Yeah, Lunar going back to character select. Similarly, when these two played in winners finals, Lunar switched to Dead Apostle Noel after losing 1 match, and looks like that's gonna be just the case here. Only difference was when they initially played, it was 1-1 before Lunar made the switch. Now Lunar and winners had a grand, so they do have quite a couple of matches to gamble with. But I gotta imagine that they don't want the reset at the end of the day. So. Count up. Yeah, you see just like with the Dead Apostle Noel pick how much it kind of slows the game down there. All of a sudden there's so many more projectiles and screen control that Brankton has to factor in with their approach. Not really having the best time of it this time around. They might have done a wake-up throw there to try to throw tech Lunar, but that just wasn't the right call. Time to guess again. Does pop the moon drive? Shield BC? No, went for shield B actually. And then just gets caught on the run-in. Okay, Brankton finding their first significant hit. But shield A instantaneously there from Lunar. And there it is. That Apostle Noel kind of slowing the game down, definitely within Lunar's favor. Brankton fishing for these normals is narrowly out of reach. Lunar controlling the space so phenomenally well. And there, yeah, that was a pretty common option that Brankton utilized in the initial set that these two played. Just like mix up their timings on jumping and then finding those opportunities to just run through the spikes. But this time Lunar recognizing that is a strategy that Brankton will employ and detonating those spikes before Brankton gets too far horizontally forward. Before I could even finish like wrapping up that statement, there's been like a couple of mix-ups that have already hit. Brankton is in pretty dire territory. Needs to be very careful with how they play the remainder of this round. And they ended up getting anti-aired off of that. I'm so Kouma Kishima. Bloody activation. Lunar dancing around the screen. Doesn't want to interact too much. Yo, what? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Last arc, I guess. Well, find the overhead too. Gonna be able to get the pickup. What just happened? Brankton, that was the last thing I expected. It looked very obvious that Lunar was trying to run away and not interact with Brankton for the purpose of the blood heat being activated, but yeah, setting up those, I think it was just maybe just a missed time. They very obviously set up the delayed arrows. I think they were intending for it to hit right when the blood heat ran out, so it was just a slight miscalculation. A throw. Okay, that was actually a pretty significant shield. Brankton's going to have his moon drive available. The question is, when will they be able to spend it? Still has not been able to get in. Yeah, I mean, the whole tried to use BC in order to navigate some space, but Lunar was still covering. Even got a little bit of a charge within that combo. Not going for the arc judge, it's going to go for the mix. Brankton spins the heat, so they do still have an opportunity. Uh-oh. Is it actually the break the character select? What are they cooking? What will be the pick? Kikitono? The Brankton cheeky, huh? All right, let's see what this gives Brankton the opportunity to do in comparison to Kouma. Like, I don't know. I have not seen the Brankton cheeky before, so this is an initial exposure for me. Ooh, okay, yeah, punished for trying to navigate around the ground there. Doesn't matter what character you're playing, this combo and Oki situation is still the same. Oh, yeah, he gets tapped on the toes, maybe committed to a high shield. Guess again. Oh, it was the left right. Who knows what side to hit on? Actually, this should kill, right? The double super? Oh, no, just the DP super. Yeah, you see Brankton really trying to navigate around the screen here, not really getting much dice for it, whether it be on Kouma or Shiki. Okay. Good shield ideology there from Lunar, knowing that Brankton was going to go for the BC and then shielding response. Oh, cornered themselves. Uh-oh, Brankton definitely caught out in a position there. Can't imagine they would want to be in. Detonates, gets popped on the low shield. I think Lunar might build Arc Drive for this. No, not quite, but gonna pop it again. There it is, Lunar. Going up 2-1. They're one game away from being able to take Heatwave PS4. Will Brankton commit to the Brankton Tono? It seems like the answer is yes. Here we go. Keep in mind, Lunar has been on a hot streak in terms of Heatwave tournaments. They're just coming off of a Heatwave sweep. They won PS4 and PC on a previous Heatwave 20. So if they're able to get a PS4 victory here, I don't know. This would probably be, if they're able to get a PS4 and a PC victory here, it would probably be the first time that anyone's been able to do 2 Heatwave sweeps in a row. I need a stats person. Okay, Brankton really firing with everything that they possibly have. Just cannot quite open up Lunar. What an IAD. But no full combo. What a combo to drop to, given what's going to be the punishment for it. And you may think that it's just a little bit over 3k, but the thing is, the mix. Shield A, nothing, but no punish. The throw. Brankton does have the moon drive activated. Good. Commits to that moon skill slide. Did not make contact, but they get them out of the corner. I'm loving the steady approach from Brankton to try to get things started. Just nothing really equating. What is, like, why are you this cracked? In terms of like reactions, Brankton has kind of shown that they're a little bit nutty in that department. Gets the pickup, and just like that, Lunar 1 round away from being able to take Heatwave PS4. Round start 3C. I respect it, Brankton. Go out swinging. Maybe not going out here at all. Really digging deep with a lot of this pressure. Not really able to find all the combos necessary though. Reversal in there. Hello? Gets the scoop. Brankton. A lot of these offensive sequences going in their favor. Just not amounting to too much individually. Just a little bit cumulatively. But here it comes. The cycle. Got the left, right. Lunar. Probably just one hit away from being able to take this here. Brankton needs to be careful. Do you pop moon drive? It looks like they did. Goes for the shield. Lunar's gonna be able to navigate out, but Brankton has that moon drive already spent. Full screen blood heat. Could it be another last arc? Yeah, that's all gapless. Just continuing the pressure. Commits to the arc drive. That's not gonna make contact. Shield BC, and this should be it. And just like that, Lunar 3-1 victory over Brankton in the grand finals. It's gonna be your Heatwave 21 PS4 champion. Congratulations to them, playing everything magnificently. Another heatwave victory for Lunar. So yeah, phenomenal stuff. A solid effort there to Brankton, even trying to pull off the side carry to get the job done. Just could not quite crack Lunar. And speaking of cracked, gotta say that's Lunar. Again, 2 back-to-back PS4 victories. I would imagine that they're signed up for PC as well. We'll have to see how they do then. The PC bracket is going to be happening in about 20 minutes, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But a shout out to the PS4 participants that we have here. Really proud to say that Heatwave is the home for the PS4 multiple type Lumina community, and it always will be if I have anything to say about that. I really like having a consistent tournament for you all to play in and see some players that we don't always get exposed to with such a PC-centric online nature nowadays. So y'all will always have a home here. But shout out to the top 4 here for this bracket. We have Herrflipper in 4th place, BKP in 3rd place, Brankton in 2nd place on Lunar and Frisk. Congratulations, Lunar, yet again. I am going to take a break to go ahead and get PC set up.